Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're following the money on a really massive real estate deal. We're going to break down exactly how a $23.7 million financing package comes together, from the problem all the way to the clever solution. So, just take a look at this number. $23,700,000. It's a huge figure, right? But what does it actually represent? And, more importantly, what does it really take for a business to secure a loan of this magnitude? Well, that's the story we're going to unpack today. Okay, so our story doesn't begin in some stuffy boardroom. It starts in Union City, Georgia, which is a suburb just southeast of Atlanta. This is where we meet the main character of our financial tale, a really thriving senior living community. Now, when you hear senior living, you might have a certain image pop into your head, but you've got to throw that image out. This 201-unit facility, which was finished up between 2016 and 2017, is designed to feel, well, more like a high-end resort than anything else. And just look at the amenities. They tell their own story, don't they? We're talking a movie theater, pickleball courts, even access to a country club. This isn't just about comfortable housing, it's a strategic move. You create a premium product to attract a higher-paying clientele, which justifies higher rents, and in turn, makes this a very, very attractive asset for lenders to look at. The business model is also really comprehensive. By offering these 3 different tiers of care, from independent living all the way to memory care, the community creates a super stable, long-term stream of revenue. Residents can age in place, which means less turnover, and that makes financial projections much, much more reliable. So what we have here is a successful resort-style community that's clearly in demand. But even the most successful operations can hit a financial crossroads, and that is exactly what happened here. So if the place is so successful, what was the issue? Well, the problem wasn't with the business itself, it was with its financial foundation. It was running on a temporary construction loan, and believe me, the clock was ticking. And here's the crucial point. A construction loan is, well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's short-term money meant to get a project built. Think of it like scaffolding. Once the business is up and running, you have to switch to something more permanent, more stable. That process is called refinancing, and it was definitely time to make the switch. So this is where our second key player enters the scene. The community needed a new financial partner to help them get to that next phase. And they found one in a company called EBSC Lending. EBSC Lending came in with that $23.7 million solution. The keywords here are 3-year and fixed rate. Now, why does that matter? Because together they create the financial stability and predictability that a temporary construction loan just can't offer. It lets the business actually plan for the long term. And listen to this. The project sponsor himself pointed out what made the deal work: patience, communication, and flexibility from the lender. In these huge multi-million-dollar deals, that relationship is often just as critical to success as the money itself. Because the real genius of this deal, it wasn't just the dollar amount. It was all about how the loan was structured. This was way more than just a simple transaction. It was a really carefully crafted financial strategy. Okay, so the loan was structured in 3 really strategic parts. First, get rid of that unstable construction loan. Check. Second, it provided immediate cash for exterior updates. That's key for curb appeal, for attracting new residents right away. And finally, and this is the really smart part, it allowed them to defer the interior renovations. This gives them the flexibility to wait for better prices on materials or to renovate units bit by bit without disrupting everybody. That is a very smart way to manage your capital. This whole structure provided crucial flexibility. A 3-year term gives them a stable horizon to plan. A fixed interest rate in a volatile market, that's a massive advantage. It protects them from rising costs. And having built-in options for extension, well, that's just a safety net. It gives them the breathing room they need to execute their plan. So let's zoom out for a second. This is a fascinating story about one community in Georgia, for sure. But what does a deal like this tell us about the broader market? Look, a loan of this size is a massive vote of confidence. Lenders like EBSC don't invest nearly $24 million without a deep belief in 2 things. First, the strength of the location, in this case, the Atlanta market, and second, the strength of the borrower and their ability to actually run the business successfully. And just to put EBSC's confidence into perspective, this is not a one-off thing for them. The company has originated nearly $2 billion in loans since it was founded. They're experienced, national players, and this deal is just one part of a much larger portfolio of successful investments all across the country. And this brings us to a final, really crucial question. We've seen how a tailored, creative financial solution secured one community's future. But as populations age all over the world, is creative financing just like this going to become the essential key to building the housing we'll all need tomorrow? Something to think about. Thanks for watching The Explainer.